We can talk about chaos.
Chaos.
That's all we talk about.
Chaos.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the podcast. Madness not included. We are your hosts, Loony.
Bobby.
And Kory.
All right, so we have mentioned in the episode 0 that we play a lot of League. You okay there?
I was holding in a burp. It hurt.
Bobby has a subject on that he wants to talk about.
Yeah, so MSI.
Come back here, Kory. I'm not doing this a third time.
MSI is going on right now, and it's interesting because the MSI is the mid-season invitational for those that don't know. The top teams from every region get invited, so whichever teams win their split. And the split is 9 weeks long, 18 games, and then playoffs. Well, with that, the way it works is there's 3 teams that are locked in automatically. This year it was the Korean team, the Chinese team, which is the LCK, the LPL, and the European team, which is the LEC. And then the North American team and the LMS. I don't know what that one stands for. 100%. Bless you.
You look like you're gonna sneeze.
Yeah, you do.
And it went away.
Those were
Okay.
so the first 3. So the LCK, the LPL, and the European teams were locked in. Then there were the total of 13 teams invited. 8 of the teams were in a group stage. And they played against their group round robin twice. And then the top team from each of those played against either the North American team or the LMS team. The winners of those games automatically went into group stage for the actual event, and then the loser of that game played, and the winner went to group stage, which ended up being Phongvu Buffalo of the Vietnam League, the VCS, yeah. What?
I would say more stuff here, but like
I'm the one that's been watching it.
Yeah.
Because it's on at 4 a.m.
I've been working.
That's when I work. That's when I get up for work. But so, with that, the North American team made it, the LMS team made it, and then the Vietnam team made it. The Chinese team is Invictus Gaming. They actually won Worlds last year over Fnatic from EU. And it wasn't even close. They 3-0'd them. Like it was just a pure domination. Every game got further and further apart.
now there is something that you were surprised by.
Yeah, I'm gonna go into that in a moment. Hold on. So, with that, they came into the league expected to be the #1 team at the tournament, and then the Korean team was expected to be 2, and the European team expected to be 3. The Korean team, which is SKT, run by currently the greatest League of Legends player of all time, Faker. He's still one of the best players in the world, and there was supposed to be a close matchup between the two. Well, when they played the first time, because for the group stage for these 6 teams, they have to play each other twice, just like in the previous one. Would you stop it?
I will throw something at you. I will throw the cat at you.
Well, when IG played against SKT, it started off with fireworks. There were 2 kills before the game really got started. But the problem was that the game ended really fast. The previous record for the fastest international game was in 2012, 20 minutes, 21 seconds. Invictus absolutely destroyed SKT in 16 minutes, 1 second.
It took 7 years.
7 years. Well, 6.5 because it was, I think, Worlds when it happened. But still, yeah. 7 seasons later, the record got smashed. You might as well have put the 3 of us and 2 of our friends up against IG. We might have had a better chance in that game. That's how bad this domination was. Now, don't get me wrong, SKT is still a great team. I think it was just the biggest problem was Draven was the one that got a kill before laning phase started. And Draven had an 8-minute Bloodthirster. One of the most powerful items in the game.
Oh, God.
Yeah, before 8 minutes, he had a Bloodthirster. and back in lane.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah. He got so after getting the first kill in lane before 5 minutes, he had a double kill. Like the game was over at that point. It was absolutely over. And there's Faker being the greatest player. There's still nothing he could do.
Yeah.
He was on Aurelia, which is so. The current meta for League right now is top and mid play champions that can go in multiple different roles. What the fuck are you doing? And currently, Aurelia, Akali, Ryze, and oh man, who was it? There's another big one.
It's not Quinn, is it?
No, gosh, no. They actually were talking about Quinn though today.
Oh,
like
God.
Quinn could be a surprise pick now. But basically, flex picks is the way to go now. Like Nautilus is a flex pick.
That makes sense. That was one of those things of. It feels like it's been building up to flex picks.
And that's the problem because they buffed every tank in the game. Like Nautilus, the only reason he's being played right now is because he can go support, mid lane or top. Well, they're not playing him top; they're playing mid or support.
He isn't a jungler anymore, is he?
He can jungle better than almost any other champion, in my opinion. His wave clears faster than everyone, except for like 5 champions.
Warwick.
I don't ever see Warwick. At least not high elo. You don't see Warwick. Not in the like LCS. Right now, the top ones are Rek'Sai, Jarvan. Xin Zhao's been getting a good amount of play. Sejuani, Lee Sin, and Olaf are the top 5 right now that I'm seeing.
Alright.
You still see like Zac, you still see a bunch of other ones, and Elise is still good. But for the most part, that's what it's looking like. Like, what do you guys think about like how the meta looks? Because like I obviously playing low elo doesn't affect us.
Well, like for me, the meta doesn't affect me in League because I don't play League.
Yeah.
And when I do, the meta's changed 4 or 5 times since I really stopped playing League.
The series probably changed a lot more than that.
Yeah.
It changes
It
every
changes-
patch, just about.
It changes all the time. It's insane, and that was like one of the big reasons why it stopped. Is I was a jungler. They just, in my opinion, ruined the jungle.
It's gonna be really loud if I open it normally.
That's why we did it pre-recorded.
Like he
I was
wasn't
doing
here.
my laundry.
He wasn't here when we were doing that. But like one of the things that why I still follow League stuff, I still follow like the skins coming out, the champions that are coming out, is I like lore.
Yeah.
I love story. That's the big thing for me. Okay, Kory.
And I know that if Kory's computer, well, I know you just got it fixed, but
Yeah, I'm refusing to re-download League,
Yeah.
to be honest.
but before you got it fixed, like you just couldn't play because it wasn't handling it.
No.
Which you should re-download it so I can not have to. No offense to Kingwee, because I love Kingwee, but he does some ridiculous things bot lane, and that way, like we've got more than just him and me, or him, me, and Rachel.
Yeah.
Because if he's not bot lane, then Rachel has a random ADC, and as good as she is, you can't babysit every ADC.
Yeah.
Like, there's just some that you can't.
Surprise. This is all a ploy so that Kory can get a subject.
No. I'm actually more excited about what's coming out tomorrow, which is going to date this video.
Hey, I don't think we care.
Well, I did post saying that we were recording it today, and
Yeah.
but it'll be uploaded over the next few days.
Yeah. You got Rage 2 coming out tomorrow.
Right. That is
No
tomorrow.
idea.
It's going to be probably a real big release until
Borderlands.
Borderlands 3.
Well, they're different games, but one of the things is that even the developers of Rage are like, hey, guys, if you had to choose between Rage or Borderlands 3, go with 3. Because they
but like Rage is
released
still
that
going to be
picture.
huge, and it looks just as gorgeous as Borderlands 3. Plus, we have a bomb. And then,
Oh, dear God.
like, I was just kind of looking up big game titles, because you also have a new Star Wars game coming out in November.
Oh, really?
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, it's EA's last chance with the Star Wars franchise.
Pretty much. Like, but you have a bunch of stuff. Doom Eternal's been announced.
Yep, that one I saw.
The trailer
one
for that is
downside
amazing.
for kind of all of us, and probably a bunch of people, is they started work on the Final Fantasy VII remake. Like, they're devoting their time. It's probably not going to be released in 2019 now, though.
I know they actually just put out the trailer, a gameplay trailer the other day, which got me super hyped. But I was so upset I didn't see it when it first came. As the day it came out, I saw it the next day. I was actually really mad.
I do want to put this in there because Square Enix is working on the medieval one.
Medieval.
It is medieval.
It's medieval.
It actually has an official release date now, October 23rd or something.
Yep, makes sense.
Right before Halloween. Great time for it to come out.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh my god.
You
know, like, we need like
I know. Anyways.
artwork of each of us having 3 different poses. That way I can just like start like interchanging them. And one of them is just me just face palming, just you idiot. One would be Bobby confused.
Absolutely.
And one would be you bored.
It's hard to talk about League for me at this point. Like, I don't follow it.
Yeah, you
heavily.
don't follow it. I play it almost just about every day, but like I play a few games and I'm usually done.
Real hyped about Borderlands.
It's just understandable. Like,
if we had started this thing like 2 years ago, for example,
might have
or
been
3 years
easier.
ago, 3 years ago,
2 years
because
ago.
2 years ago we just moved down here and I'd stopped playing
before,
League.
yeah.
Yeah, like if we were able to pull it off, it could have been a lot easier for us to talk about League more. But at the same time, it's like we don't have much to go off of even back then.
Yeah, but
There's a lot coming out, but we don't know.
But there's also like other kind of conversations that we can have. Like a really good one that we can have is about nerfs. So
Not yet.
Draven got a bloodthirster before 8 minutes.
But there's nothing. That's not.
Yeah,
that's
it's
not
just-
that he needs a nerf. It was just that
I'm not
they
saying
played
him. It
him.
would be more like would the item in that situation need a nerf? Or it's like it's not.
Like,
You nerf Bloodthirster though, and it's unplayable though. It's
That's
it's
the
as
big
weak as
issue.
it can get without being useless.
Yeah.
Unless you raise the cost by like up to 4,000, because I think it's 3,800 right now to buy during the game. So I mean that would make sense. But the biggest problem is then they have to raise either the cost of the item itself. They have to.
all the parts.
They have
would
to
also
change one of the.
affect other-
They have to change one of the pieces. They could change the longsword into a pickaxe.
That's true.
They could do that, and then subsequently raise the cost of it by a total of 200.
But at the same time, they'd probably have to raise up how much damage it does because of pickaxe.
I don't think so, because of the fact that it's BF sword, Vamp scepter, wrong thing, and
Then longsword.
it's currently pickaxe currently. I mean, longsword currently, but pickaxe.
Pickaxe is a huge jump from longsword.
So it would be a nerf buff if that would happen. Then
Kinda.
I was just using that as an example. That's like one of the big things with that is there are
Pickaxe is its
other
own
things.
item.
Yeah. So that's 55, 65 currently, and then the item itself gets 15 more. If I remember correctly, pickaxe itself is 25, which would make it even.
But that's not why you build an item. Like, you build it to get more out of it besides...
Right.
Exactly.
But there are
Like-
there are quite a few items where they equal out.
That's true, but, like...
I know.
BT's always been that item of...
Yeah. Oh, it's 3,500 right now. So you could easily raise this to 4,000, change it to a pickaxe, and then raise its attack by 10.
Now it's cost more. Now it's going to cost more than an IE. Like, there's a lot that could be done, but at the same time, it's just...
Well, IE currently
This
costs...
is why we're not game developers.
So currently, IE is only 3,400. It's already costs more.
That's fine and dandy, but like you make BT cost 4,000, you're making it harder on ADCs to actually do anything again.
Well, ADCs aren't building it right now, except for Draven. Draven and a couple other like super damage heavy ones. Like,
But beforehand, every ADC would build a BT.
Right.
But now nobody's building it. So that's still conflicting, like trying to nerf this thing.
and I completely agree. Like, it's one of those things. Like, it's good, and Draven's not even like a top tier pick anymore. He was early in the split. Like, he was a heavily contested
It was just
pick.
a good pick at that time.
But with the changes to all the other champions, he started to fall off. Currently, Kai'Sa and Varus are the top 2 bot laners. And Varus isn't even lethality. He's Bork first item, and then attack speed, damage. Like, he's not even crit. Then you have Kai'Sa who goes
on hit.
Yeah, then you have Kai'Sa who rushes whatever she wants. Basically, depends on how far ahead she is. Like,
So
usually
she's a
they
very
run.
flexible ADC.
Yes, because her abilities evolve based off of what she buys.
She always has been flexible.
But she's only been out for about a year, and that's the big thing. She's ever since she came out, she has been a top 10 ADC period, and it's absurd because like no one's banning her, no one's banning ADCs at all right now. They're banning flex picks, supports, and junglers. That's it.
They don't see ADC as the big problem.
Yeah, unless they're targeting an ADC. Like, say it was a team facing RNG, which has Uzi, the best ADC in the game, ADC player in the world, by bar none. Like, it's not even close. Like, Double Lift, don't get me wrong, he's a great ADC, but he's got nothing on Uzi. You're gonna ban out probably 1 or 2 of the top tier ADCs just so he has to drop down the tier list. So he's not going to be as effective. But he's still, like, Vayne is another top 5 ADC right now. Zaya's up there. Callista is getting picked again because Nautilus is buffed. Galio's the number 1 contested support right now. The only other top bot laner is Sona, but that's only if you're playing Sona Taric bot lane, and that lane is... You're not meant to win lane. Sorry. You're not meant to win lane with that. You're meant to survive laning phase, get to team fighting, and win team fights. Because you have Sona ult, Taric ult, and all that healing.
So this started off as me just using an example for talking about nerfs.
And Bobby went on his tirades.
Well, like, it did bring up a good conversation.
Yeah.
But I do have a question, is the necessity of nerfs. Because, like, that is also a thing of, like, going into a different game. Hearthstone.
Yeah.
A lot of people are predicting that nerfs are going to happen soon because they typically happen about a month and a half to 2 months after a new expansion comes out.
Makes sense.
And one of the big things of the big decks, the ones that usually that have taken over, are the ones that will get hit. So
Right.
Rogue, Warrior, and Hunter are the big 3 right now.
Still? Okay.
It was Rogue, Warrior, and Druid.
Okay. Really? I couldn't remember. I haven't been on Hearthstone in probably about 3 weeks again. Like, I've been on hiatus again.
Yeah.
Without really meaning to. I've been playing that Elder Scrolls game. But so the thing with nerfs, they actually talked about something like that on one of the League of Legends podcasts, the Dive. They were talking about it, and they actually talked about Hearthstone too.
Really?
Yeah, they brought up because two of the people that were on it actually casted Hearthstone.
Huh.
Yeah. And the cool thing is, it makes it easy for me to understand both sides, like understand what they're talking about, because like I play both.
Yeah.
They said that the problem is if every champion is perfectly balanced, like somehow they manage to perfectly balance every champion, it won't be balanced.
No, because
this group of people are going to main this champion and be able to win every single matchup that they play, except for maybe one. So they never play against that matchup. They win every game, which makes that champion viewed as the champion to play.
You need to get a pillow to put under him.
Yeah. That's why I moved the tray. 'Cause it's like, tink, 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 tink,
I can't help
tink.
it. I talk with my hands. Leave me alone.
And no, we're not judging you, man.
I know. But like, and with that, like, same thing with Hearthstone. You got these top decks. You're gonna nerf them. Other decks are gonna take over, and it's gonna be an endless cycle.
Yeah.
If you manage to balance everything, someone's gonna find something that they're gonna play. They're gonna win most of their matchups because it's just what's gonna happen. They're gonna dodge the matchups that they lose to, and everyone's gonna start playing that, and then the decks that beat it, and that's what's gonna happen. It doesn't matter if everything's perfectly balanced. It's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Just realized my computer is displaying my RAM and CPU in the recording.
Cool. We'll edit
Everyone's
that out.
gonna know. Yeah, I was gonna say here to pull that out. Why is it showing that? That's weird. Stupid computer. And just watch it disappear in the middle of the recording.
And like, so Hearthstone and Wild. One of the big complaints is Druid, but Druid doesn't actually seem to be that bad in Wild right now, especially after like some of their previous nerfs. Some of the previous nerfs really hit Druid hard.
Wild growth.
Oh yeah. So when they did the initial Druid nerfs, I stopped playing Wild because of the deck. Because I actually found a deck I enjoyed that wasn't Murlocs, and then because I was apparently a product of Druid being too powerful, so it led to me just not playing and going straight back to okay, I'm only playing Murlocs.
Yep.
That's
You're stubborn.
the thing that I run
It's the only
into
thing I enjoy playing.
since I play at a higher rank now.
Much higher.
Big Priest or Res Priest. Res Priest is the thing that has pretty much taken over the ranks that I'm in for Wild. And
Not shocking at all.
No.
one of the big things of like there's a lot of speculation whether or not they're going to hit these particular cards for Res Priest because of the fact that they can just cheat out a big minion on turn 6. Here, I have a 10/10 that gives me more creatures. And so a lot of people are guessing, well, they might do something about it. They might nerf these cards. The thing is, some of these cards, the way that people are saying that they should be nerfed, that ruins the card and it makes it worthless. Like a good example is Resurrect.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are saying Resurrect's nerf should be you can bring back a random minion that costs 3 or less. But that defeats the purpose. I also talk with my hands, asshole.
I also do too.
But that
So I keep it up here. And
yeah, that defeats the
down.
purpose of the card itself because it's a cheap res spell.
Yeah.
At the same time, another one which I'm much more fascinated by this particular nerf would be resummon a minion that you have played, not one that has died.
Which would make more sense because that's a good way to nerf it without
Destroying the card.
and without destroying the deck.
Uh,
It'll make the deck a lot harder to play,
Correct.
which might make it drop down in tier, but I don't see it as being completely.
The
dead.
thing that I would say
I
is
see it as
that
dead.
not every card in the deck should have that nerf. So, like Eternal Servitude, which
Yeah.
is a much more expensive card that does a very similar effect,
or lesser,
should not have that effect.
Or the Diamond Spellstone definitely should not have that effect.
Because Diamond Spellstone
It's
already
just
has
Resurrect.
its particular thing, which is you can only summon one copy of a minion.
On top of that, like if you're gonna do that with the Resurrect, then you got to think of Onyx Bishop, because he's the same card, and you get a 3/4 body
Yeah.
for 5.
And then the other thing is people are saying that Barnes should be nerfed. It's like, no. Barnes, yes, Barnes is an issue, but he's not the issue.
He's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an
They-
issue because of the way the deck works currently, not because of himself.
Because the amount of times that I'll play against someone and they go Barnes, and then they'll get something that doesn't help them at all, it happens a lot because it's a combo piece that they can't use because of its battle cry. Another thing is people are saying that Vargoth might actually get hit with the nerf.
Oh, Archmage Vargoth.
Yeah. You can't hit him with the nerf. Like, he has a similar problem for me
It's
that
so random. He can hurt you.
the
he can hurt
Kingsbane
them.
has. You can't hit that with a nerf without destroying it.
Correct.
Sure, you can make Vargoth more expensive, but that doesn't help.
It-
That's not a good nerf.
It'll
Mana
kinda
nerfs
help.
aren't really all that great, in my opinion.
No, not really.
Mana buffs are great,
Not nerfs.
but I
Well,
don't
to be
really
fair,
have
it kind
any.
of hit the mana nerf kind of hit Wild Growth and Nourish, for example.
Yeah.
Real hard.
It hit those hard, but those made sense in the sense of like, Nourish. It's a 5-cost card. I can play it twice in a turn.
Yeah. But
that makes sense. That's why they hit it.
man,
but
we be
other
real
ones-
serious in this one again too. God.
But other nerfs, like Aviana, she got hit with a mana nerf. That doesn't fix the problem when it comes to her because Druid still has
Innervate.
Innervate. And
Yep.
which is also what is helping Druid with Mechathune decks, is they have Innervate.
Yep.
But they hit Innervate. They hit Innervate hard.
Yeah, like there's not much more they can do. Hitting Aviana to put her to 10 helps because now you have to have Aviana, an Iterate, and Kun the Forgotten One to actually do
Instead of
something.
just Aviana and
Kun. So
Yeah.
it makes it a 3-card combo, which in Legendaries being 1-ofs and 2-ofs of Innervate in a 30-card deck, it's a lot harder to do.
Yeah.
So the mana nerf really helped that case of people just going nuts with those two because you can save your Innervate for something else, or you can just go Aviana, dude.
I'll be honest, I haven't seen either of those cards in Wild since that nerf.
Correct. So obviously it worked.
Yeah.
I mean,
Still see Nourish, still see Wild Growth. Definitely see Biology Project a lot more
Mhm.
than those two, though.
but it happens.
And I know, like, one of the big things of a lot of people's thought process on Biology Project is, sure, I'm giving them mana, but it helps me get to my goal faster, without thinking about the fact that it also helps your opponent. Because Disco Lock. Oh, I have 2 more mana. I can do a lot more on my next turn. Yes.
Looking at the tape on Levy's finger. What tape is that?
You know what tape it is. I did it while you were here.
Wasn't paying attention.
The duct tape wasn't sticking.
Who pays attention to you?
Nobody, apparently.
Who are you?
Exactly.
What are you?
Uh,
Who are we?
Nobody knows. Anyways,
Not even we know.
not even we know. I blame Bobby.
I blame Billy.
I blame the bucket.
The bucket.
Bucket.
Always blame the bucket.
Or Chauncey.
Or Johnson.
And no one here, no one listening to this knows who Chauncey is except for
Yeah,
me.
maybe he'll finally show up and visit.
I mean, I think Marcus listens to this too, but I have no idea if he does.
Well, and that's a moment we wish we had actual live recording as Bobby's falling in the chair as it automatically went down.
Well, because I pushed on it with my calf. I'm like, why isn't it moving? Then I know it just dropped. Like, yeah.
Oh my god.
I
That was
mean, like,
entertaining.
it's
Yeah.
probably going to be a shorter podcast because there's just not much going on.
There's not much going on right now. We covered a lot of stuff, and currently MSI is not done. MSI has,
And like we don't know much about
One-
more games coming out. We kind of covered that last time.
and MSI is going to be finished over the next week.
This is the cat's fault.
So,
And we kind of don't want to get into some of the like big controversies going on.
right.
They're happening. We don't want to talk about them.
The other things
We
can
acknowledge
do-
them.
They're stupid.
Correct.
And we can, like, the other big thing we can talk about is, like, our take on, like, because we all play Magic, Loony not so much, but
I'm honestly-
Overpowered
You
D&D
listen-
characters. Let's go.
yeah, let's just
So
talk about
Guilford-
Pun for an hour.
Let's not, because then people are going to try to build that.
No.
I'm
Let's
not
talk
going to give them
about
the
Guilford.
information how.
Yeah, no.
Let's just make a level 4 god.
Yes.
That's pretty much what Pun
That's what
is.
Pun is.
At level 4, you become a god.
There you go.
I don't think Pun can exist in 5th Ed though. So
Nope.
No.
No,
Because
it's not.
they streamlined the character.
You can do a
building
lot of
process.
dumb stuff at level.
Yeah, like don't get me
Level
wrong, but you can't build Pun 3.5.
There's a class, thanks to Matt Mercer, that's stupid dumb damage at level 3.
Blood Hunter.
Matt Mercer.
I mean the balance.
We love
on-
you, and you're amazing, Matt Mercer. And if you ever hear this, I'm gonna feel kind of bad, but you're probably not gonna hear this. And
Honestly, that would be the
gonna die
funniest
inside.
thing in the world.
even though I'm about to go to Asen cosplaying as you,
Oh my god.
because I can.
So the balance on the Blood Hunter is the Blood Hunter hurts themselves.
Once
That's still technical.
you put the right on once,
Yeah.
and just have good strength and rolling all the damage. You get past all the magic resistance stuff that you're gonna fight early level on a lot of stuff, or like the bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing resistance that a lot of stuff has. You get past it because your weapon's now magical, and it's just like, oh look, a wolf. Where'd it go? Like, oh look, this CR1. Next one. Like, you just...
Hey, look, a mimic.
Well, don't touch the mimic, and then you're fine. Like, no, the Blood Hunter's pretty sweet. It was good. Like, it's a good addition to the game, and it was great that it was something created by just basically a fan. Like, big name fan, but a fan nonetheless.
A fan with enough of a pull to be able to make it official.
Correct.
Like, there's a Facebook page on... there's a Facebook page that I see posts from because I follow D&D memes or something like that on Facebook, and they'll share another page's posts called Drunk on Homebrew. It's fan made and it looks like it's actual in books, and it's people creating these homebrew characters and classes, races, and it's sweet. Like some of the things, like, okay, this seems kind of broken, it seems kind of bad, but some of them, it's like, this actually would make a lot of sense.
5e magic weapon, like, you can create, like, it seems like what they tried to do with 5e is, let's have the DM make magic items. Would you stop that? Sorry. Jesus Christ. Before I go grab a pillow and put it right under your hands. Twitchy child.
Drunk on Homebrew itself has almost 25,000 people following on Facebook.
That's not enough for that.
Right, but still, like...
That's still a good number.
That's still a decent amount. But, like, 5e is giving the DM the power to make a magic item. Don't want to make it too broken. Cough, cough, Vaxeldon, Vox Machina, cough, cough.
I mean, we can actually talk about, like, something that isn't that broken in one of our campaigns. Because we have magic items, magic weapons. My Minotaur's axe, for a good example.
Or Mord's greatsword.
We don't know the upper limits of that.
We only know the first part of it.
Because you gotta kill more.
I gotta kill 3 more things.
We have a good understanding what the limits of my axe are, though.
Make you dumb and you go brr.
So, I'm playing a Minotaur named Toonrat Honor Slayer. His best stat is strength. He's a barbarian. He wields a 2-handed war axe. I think it's what it is.
Battle axe.
Battle axe.
One of them's 2-handed, one's not. I don't know what it is in 5e.
It's a very big axe.
It's a big axe. Yeah, it's a battle axe.
And the thing about it is that I can tap into the power of the axe, lose wisdom, and it goes into my strength. Now, for those that know anything about 5th Ed, you can't go over a 20 stat without a special mean.
Mm-hmm.
So because of this, my strength can go over 20. But if my wisdom drops to 0, I die. And the more I tap into the power of the axe, and the more I want to tap into the power of the axe, the more animalistic I become.
Correct. And just like Bobby's paladin,
yep.
You got the sword that if you kill a certain creature,
you get their... we don't know the full information because it's DM's
discretion.
The DM created it and he hasn't given us all the information. But it has a few more symbols on it. We currently killed a grizzly bear in once per rest, I guess. I don't know.
Once per long rest.
I'm not sure if it's long rest. It might be short rest. We don't know yet. Tell me. I can, when I swing it, I can also add 2d6
8 something.
Basically 2 more die to my damage, because spiritual bear arm swings behind it and hits whatever I'm hitting.
So just to add this on there, when he crits and he smites, how much dice is that?
I think it was 14 I rolled.
Well, yeah, that's doubling the amount of dice instead of doubling the damage.
Right.
Because you can just roll and double what it is. But, like, you roll 7 dice just by smiting bear arm and normal damage with your greatsword. So you have 2d6 from your greatsword, 2d8 from your bear arm, and your smite can add
One per level, I think.
One per level.
Yeah, one per
Or
level.
It's 2 at level 1, and then 1 more after that, or something like
I
that.
don't remember. But
I
yeah.
don't feel like grabbing the book and just going.
Even though it's right next to us, we don't want to do that.
That's right. I don't need people thinking we have a script.
We don't.
I didn't see that in the book.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit! I dropped my phone.
Stealing jokes. Yay! Anyways.
What?
But how do you know that's from? Okay.
Yeah, you don't. I do.
I figured. I've heard you make the joke before. I don't
But
really know what it's from.
like, you get so much power from the DM, but you got to make sure you don't make it too overpowered, because then you have characters that just get to do everything they want ever.
Flying bullet. Why are you staring at my chair?
Fluffy.
Yeah, but it's still my chair.
Fluffy's not here.
Not here.
That's where he normally sits.
Yeah.
He's sitting there, always trying to find a way to break the game without trying to. He's like, well, I'm not trying to do it. Yeah, you are.
You totally are.
No. He doesn't try to the way that actually he's trying. He finds something, goes, oh, cool, I'm going to do it this way, and it ends up breaking it. There's a couple of people, one person in particular that I know that specifically looks to break it.
Robert?
Well, not kind of, but I haven't played enough with Robert. It's someone else. That the problem is they go overboard, and then when things don't go their way, they get mad and they start trying to rules lawyer the DM. And then the one person that's DM'd for me with him gives in. Not you. Why are you staring at me like I did something wrong?
Tap, tap,
Yeah.
Stop tapping the table.
I can't help it. It's what I do. But so, like it's one of those things. Like even my first campaign, it was basically, it was supposed to be a full blown campaign, but we only did one session of it. It turned into that one person had this stupid busted character, and we were fighting a horde of zombies, and he killed about 2/3 of it himself, while the rest of us, the other 5 or 6 of us, killed the other third.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, that's kind of dumb.
Mm-hmm.
So because most of us, it was introduction. We never played. We didn't know what we were doing.
And then they just run in and basically kind of ruin your first experience.
Yeah.
That's what sucks. Everybody needs to remember, yes, there's rules, but it always comes down to DM discretion.
DM is God.
DM is God.
Damn. I'm not saying that loud enough for that to be cut on the mic.
Correct.
Not yet.
Not yet. But I like running in 5e now just because it makes it easier.
Now, 5e, since I have the least experience with D&D, 5e, from my point of view, feels like it is a really great way to introduce people to Dungeons and Dragons or tabletop RPGs.
It's a lot easier. It's a lot more streamlined.
Yeah, 3.5.
3.5
You have a lot more options, but you have a lot more to go with.
You have a lot more options. You have a lot more decisions to make, and you make a decision at level 2, it can cost you at level 30.
Correct.
Which you won't know. It's all going to come down to the story. Yes, that's the same as 5. It's going to come down to the story, but it's a lot easier to work around that kind of problem in 5e because it's a streamlined character creation and character leveling system, where 3.5
is not so streamlined.
Well, 3.5 also allows you to do different kinds of character creation. You can do Gestalt, which
2 classes at once.
Yeah, 2 classes at once. You take the better stat at each level,
which is insane.
Right,
and a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, but it makes it so it's a lot harder at the same time because you have all these buffed up stats at level 2. You're facing challenge rating 4 monsters that are one-shotting it because you're one-shotting them. You miss once, you're dead. You could possibly be dead. But at the same time, if you manage to get past that key level point of 7, as a Gestalt character, you're now basically taking on armies yourself. Simply because
You have the best of both classes.
yeah, best of both worlds.
You have all the abilities, just not all the stats.
Temptation to
together.
start singing there.
Right.
Copyright. No
What?
copyright. Not yet. But like it's fun. Like I'm enjoying running as a DM again with 5e. It's actually enjoyable. I need to read more into the book before I start going. But you know what's the fun in that?
What's the fun of knowing what's going to happen? God damn it.
And he's dying.
Yep. I'm always dying.
Dang, he's still alive.
But, like,
I mean, I love
a
you,
lot
Loony.
of a lot of things. Like yesterday, if I would have read ahead, I could have easily done a lot more with the group for Curse
I
of
noticed you
Strahd.
guys ended early.
It's just they hit a big town and there was a lot to read.
Yeah. I saw
I have
Ryan
a
at
lot.
work, and it was just shortly after 12. It's like, oh, hey!
Yeah.
But oh well. I guess I don't have anything really else to talk about without going over stuff. Over
Yeah,
and
the
over
only other
again.
thing I can really think of is possibly talking about doing a little bit more about the London Mulligan rule, which has been taken off of MTGO.
Really?
It's not on Moto anymore. So we're currently looking at the possibility of it not happening. I would because of the fact that it was still on Moto. It was on Moto forever before the Pro Tour Mythic Championship. I'm sorry. Force habit.
I don't care.
But the thing is, though, they took it off of Moto just recently, and I didn't know until I was watching a YouTuber called Magic AIDS.
But
He's hilarious, but if you have sensitivity to bad and terrible jokes, don't watch him. But if you don't, and you can take a joke, he's my favorite YouTube Magic player right now. But without the London Mulligan rule, some of these decks that he's playing seem bad. The Allosaurus Neoform deck, he hasn't played it, but without the Mulligan rule, it seems really bad. Like, don't get me wrong, it takes a whopping 4 cards to go off.
Yeah.
5 cards, sorry. But,
Or 4.
5.
I mean, if you're trying to go off turn 1, yeah.
Turn 2. Because you need 2 mana, 2 green cards, and Allosaurus, and then you need the Neoform, so 6. It's a 6-card combo.
Yeah.
But still, like, unless you have a Chancellor, then it's 5.
Mm-hmm.
But still, because then you can cut one of the lands. But still, like, the problem is, without the Mulligan rule letting you pick your hand, it makes that deck a lot harder to pilot. And that's one of the decks that people were really worried about, and everyone at the shop that we play at is talking about it.
Mm-hmm. It's a popular deck because how fast it goes.
And how consistent it is to go off on turn 2. Now, the problem is, it does brick on turn 2 a lot, but the advantage is you have an 8/8 Grizzlebrand on the board following for your next turn, so you punch, you gain 8, you draw 7 cards. And you just, oh look, I drew 8 more cards, I'm going off again.
Mm-hmm.
And now I actually win the game.
Yeah.
Boom. So, it's one of those things, like, the Mulligan rule, I'm not sure anymore. Like, like I said last time we talked about it, I was 95% sure that it was going to happen. I'm not so sure anymore. I feel like it's a toss-up right now. It's a 50-50 chance.
We'll have to keep an eye on it.
Yeah. Like, I tried to look to see if they had a deadline for when it was going to be officially announced, if it was happening or not. They do not. They haven't made any announcements about it since before the Mythic Championship. I'm going to continue to call it the Pro Tour, because still this is the Pro Tour Online. On MTG Top 8, it's listed
how
as
we
both.
lose our chance of getting sponsored by Magic the Gathering.
Wizards isn't going to sponsor us.
You never know.
Honestly, that would probably be the most surprising
We-
thing to get sponsored by.
Channel Fireball isn't sponsored by Wizards.
Listen.
But Channel
we can
Fireball makes a lot of money with their podcasts.
try. Correct. We're still starting off.
That's fair. But they started off as a company and then added podcast.
We're doing a podcast and
Building into a company.
kind of a company.
Trying to. Or get picked up by one possibly. Or
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
And if it doesn't happen, we can keep doing this because it's fun and it's
we'll figure something out eventually.
Yeah. We'll all get jobs someday. We'll all grow up one day.
Please send us money.
Please send us money, even though we have no platforms for you to send us money to.
I have Cash App. It doesn't work either. Never mind. Don't worry about it. We'll see us in a cardboard box, and
yeah, we're recording in a library, so.
Oh, right. We can argue that because library just a place with a
there
large
was
collection.
the librarian right there. You just heard her.
God, what a bitch! Ah!
Whack. Sound effects, go.
But no, like so. I don't know. Like,
I mean, there's still one thing that I need to talk about, and we're gonna owe this man quite a lot.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
I told you about it. I just gotta find it again. There he is. So like this episode probably not gonna have it, or maybe the next episode, not sure. We're gonna have an intro song, made by a glorious man by the name of Jason Crump.
How do you say his last name?
Don't worry about it. His name is Casper.
Okay.
It's white. but it's white. Come on, guys, it's white.
Stop making fun of Casper like that.
But the microphone's white.
He's gonna listen to this, and I'm gonna get a message. Whatever. So he's got his own podcast. Kind of plug this in for him because he's gonna be helping us out so much. It's called The Crazy Cast, and crazy spelled Krayz. And the link will pop up somewhere on the screen. Ooh. Wherever it may be, wherever Loony puts it.
I'm just gonna have it jumping around the fucking screen.
Try to click it fast.
That's gonna run away from you.
Run away.
We tweet.
That's one of
he
those
does this
things
with a lot of
I have
people,
to
and
edit that in the YouTube.
he's also like
not the editor.
Yeah. Casper's a real good guy, and he makes real good music. So I'm really excited for what he can do. We just need to make a final decision. But that's about all I have left. No, we're not doing denim. But that's about all I had.
I mean, like, the only other thing that we could talk about, but we still have 4 months until Borderlands 3 comes out.
Yeah, we don't have much to go off of still, so it's probably just
There's a lot of stuff that has come out. There's a lot that we can talk about because of, like, we've seen the gameplay of Amara the Siren. We've seen the gameplay of Zane the Operative. Zane is a very fascinating character because he essentially covers the roles of 3 previous classes in Borderlands.
Yeah.
Zane's gonna be in Borderlands?
No, not
Zane.
that.
Oh.
No, this.
Oh yeah, he's not cool enough.
Yeah, no,
Zane Pisano, we love you, but you're psycho.
Wow, throw his full name out there.
Woo! Yeah, no one's gonna be able to spell that.
Nope.
Patano. Hey, Patano.
The amount of
I'm gonna
times
tag him in the post.
the amount of times
Oh my god.
that
In the
people have
comments.
screwed up his name.
I feel like he'll finally visit us at that point just to kill us.
I mean, he was supposed to visit us eons ago.
He blamed you.
I don't know why he blamed me because like
He blamed you? I don't know.
Well, he told me that he said that I didn't tell him we're gonna like literally just tell us when you're coming. We'll pick you up. Pick you from the airport.
Easy. Yeah, somebody else still owes us a visit. Christopher Zekman.
Yeah.
God, we're just throwing out all the
There's
names.
so much shade being thrown.
Okay, Billy Smith.
I know the episode name.
Shade.
Shade.
Shade man.
No.
I'm kidding.
Shade Man, no.
Shade Man, yes.
And if you understand that reference, you're a sick individual and you should be ashamed.
I am a.
But we
sick
still love
individual.
But we still love you. That's fine. You have family with us. But like, so back to Borderlands.
Honestly, I think I'll just name it. I think I'll just name the podcast episode "Shade." Yes.
Shade, yes.
Shade? Question mark?
So
Yes.
here's where we were, and we just went woo way off track. Perfect. Back to normal.
Borderlands.
I feel like we should wait probably a little bit longer just to get more info.
There
Like
are
I know we have there's a decent amount already,
a
but to
few
get
things that we can talk about because like one of the big things about the new game is we can travel to new.
sliding.
Yes, sliding is awesome. On the list of priorities, sliding is down here. Traveling to new worlds is up here.
No, sliding.
I could be Mega Man.
Exactly.
I could shoot and jump, jump up walls.
But like, yeah,
Mega Man.
the gameplay trailers have been fantastic. They look great, and I want this game to be out already. But we gotta wait till September.
It's a good wait.
I
Though
don't want to wait.
there was this article I was telling about Bobby about this before the podcast.
Oh no.
It's a satire article.
Oh no.
Oh no. Just so I have the correct article name. The article can be found on TechRaptor at KekRaptor.
Okay. Well, let's see this thing. Keck Raptor. Borderlands 3. Oh god. Delayed due to lack of content and adding endless procedural gun generation. And adding endless procedural gun generation. Oh god.
There's a moment that just blatantly says, yes, this is satire. But it's making fun of Borderlands and the community that's built around it. It's all for a good laugh.
Well, that's good. I mean, yeah, flying guns.
I mean, I would believe it. There's
Oh,
running guns.
Yeah, there's running guns. Like, yeah, there's a lot to it.
There's enough there that you could actually believe that it could happen. It's like, oh, it's delayed? Oh,
Read
really?
satirized gaming news. Yeah, like the game is gonna be great, and I just can't wait to see more out of it. Inspired anime spin-off.
You could believe that.
I can believe that.
It'd be screenshot of the new
Weird.
villains, and it says, this is a screenshot of the new Borderlands-inspired anime spin-off.
It'd be a weird thing.
It'd be a very violent anime.
It would definitely be a violent anime. Kind of want to see it. Gearbox, get on it.
Riot, make your fucking movie already.
Right? Jeez.
Actually, they are going to have a new game at some point. This is official.
Oh
this
my
is
god,
an official
about time
thing.
Riot Games has, multiple games.
Oh, they have 2 games, sir. Max vs. Minions.
Multiple video games.
Video games.
Hey, you didn't specify.
I don't even think that's made by them.
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
It might be a third-party company.
We have to double check that later.
I'm not looking at the box. That box is heavy.
But
Loony.
Oh no.
thank you.
Bobby down.
Because one of
Bobby
the big
down.
things,
I am.
whatever. One of the big things is
Whatever.
Riot is actually coming up on their 10th anniversary.
Yeah, I think so, because this is season 9 of League.
And they started back in 2009 for League.
Oh, never mind. It is made by League. Or it's made by League of Legends. Huh?
So League of Legends, as weird as it is, it's an old game, but in all rights, it's still not all that old. It's almost 10 years. It's a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about old games? World of Warcraft's old.
Man, don't get me started.
But they had actually said, yes, we have something planned. They don't know if they'll actually have it coming out this year. But it is something to look forward to.
Never mind. Riot did make First Opinions.
Ha! I win.
But it's not a video game, so suck it,
You
Trebek.
didn't say.
Suck it, Trebek!
So this was a bit of a shorter podcast, mostly because 2 of us were unprepared.
Very unprepared, but
Loony!
Kory,
Bobby.
PC,
Yeah, PC.
and then Joshy's sick, so we can't even.
Billy!
Yeah, PC.
Stupid kitty.
Okay, it's just
Someone's just gonna
ignoring
wonder, who the hell's Billy? Like, I don't know, it's just a name I threw out.
us. Don't you readjust at me, cat.
Oh, no, he's just napping. Why did you touch my hair?
Because it bothers you. No, Kory.
Well, thank you for joining us for Madness Not Included. Any
Deuces.
parting words?
Can I get this cat?
Welcome to the madness. Goodbye.
Gotcha!